Today we hiked with a heavy heart, gratitude, reflection and respect. We were hiking somewhere that means so much to so many hikers, walkers and ramblers all over the world. We were hiking to pay our respects and give thanks to someone who is and always will be the very reason we are drawn here to the overwhelming beauty that is the Lake District, Mr. Alfred Wainwright. Buttermere village just has a handful of houses. There is also a campsite here. There is a pub and a cafe. We parked at the National Trust car park, which is £9 for the day, and there are also toilets. On the other side of the road, we noticed there was a cafe which sells tea, coffee and cakes. Hey and welcome back to the channel. We are heading up Haystacks today. It's bloody windy today again, isn't it? Aye. Really windy. We had plans on doing high style and red pike today, but it's you can hear that. But yeah, it's really windy, so we shan't be doing them unfortunately. So yeah. With how strong the winds were at ground level, I was starting to become worried and concerned about the safety of the children, because the speed of the wind was incredibly strong at ground level, so up on the fells it would be extremely amplified. Pretty waterfall there, all the way down the mountainside. Beautiful. People often ask why Haystacks was Alfred Wainwright's favourite, and we think that it must have been for some profound reason. However, it wasn't. His reasoning was because it wasn't a high peak. Haystacks is situated at the southeastern end of the Buttermere Valley. Its elevation stands at 1,958 feet. Haystacks has become one of the most popular fells in the area. This fame is partly due to the writings of Alfred Wainwright, who espoused its attraction and chose it as a place where he wanted his ashes scattered. The name Haystacks derives from the appearance of the summit cliffs. According to Wainwright, the name comes from the Icelandic stack, meaning a columnar rock, and the correct translation of this should be high rocks. You throwing it in? Alfred Wainwright also said about Haystacks was that for beauty, variety and interesting detail, for sheer fascination and unique individuality, the summit area of Haystacks is supreme. Buttermere derives its name from Old English and means the lake by the dairy pastures, indicating the fertile nature of the lush valley bottom sitting between the two lakes. The land was created by debris washed down from the surrounding hills. Buttermere Lake is owned by the National Trust and is 1.5 mile long, 3.25 mile wide and 75 feet deep. What a beautiful view. I don't know if you can see up there, that's red pike. Haystacks behind the tree, but Oh yeah, that's red pike up there. Yeah, beautiful. Alfred Wainwright released 7 books on the fells. It is book number 6, The Northwestern Fells, which came out in 1964. He dedicated it to those unlovely twins, my right leg, my left leg, staunch supporters that have carried me about for over half a century, endured without complaint and never once let me down. No drawing of them, however, they are unsuitable subjects for illustration. There's Haystacks just there. Bit of view of high style here. Like I said, red pike's just there. So yeah, you could probably hit all of them in one day. But with the weather being so poor and the wind being so strong, we're not bothering. It's a bit of an interesting find. Beware, tunnel roof is low at points. Wow, this is pretty cool. Right, go on babe, after you. I'll go last. See, who's going to bang the head, it'll be me. Alright, yeah, so this is an interesting find. Sorry? Oh, it's got a bit dark, right, so hang on. There we go. Reminds me of the Cathedral Caves one we did. Yeah. I'll pop a link to that one up here if you're interested. That was an interesting find. Yeah. If you can't go around it, go through it. So yeah, we're going to continue following the path by the beautiful, beautiful Buttermere. Very scenic, this bit. Inside a bit of a woodland, climbing over bedrock. Yeah, really cool. Thank you. Just looking back, that's where we started, over there in that tree line. But whichever way you look, just beautiful. You just got to keep stopping and admiring that. Beautiful. I always say hiking isn't just about walking from point A to point B. It's about what you see along the way. It's about stopping and, you know, just admiring and being grateful and everything else, you know, appreciative of the natural beauty that surrounds us. Yay, we got away. Alfred Wainwright's fascination with Buttermere can be traced back to a trip to Keswick. He went to a place called Abraham's, where he came upon a picture of Buttermere and High Crag. He states, "I have coveted it for so long. Every time I've been in Keswick in recent years, I have gone round to Abraham's to look at it. Now old Abraham's has sold it to me, and it is mine. I lift my eyes and can see it now. Buttermere and High Crag, a well-loved scene." Bit exposed in this wind, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. You can see the path will be coming down from Haystacks just there. Drops down and then follows the lake back to Buttermere itself. Oh, wavy, wavy. Tell you what, when the sun comes out, it's baking, isn't it? It's that wind, it needs to go. Oh God, that wind's like an autumn bloody day. It really is.
Just need it to go away, don't we, sweetheart?
Absolutely.
This is beautiful. This is what we like.
Yeah, this is nice. At this point, the wind was strong, but little did we know how bad it would get. Wind speeds at the summit were recorded at up to 40 miles per hour, and torrential rain battered us for quite some time. We're just cresting at the base of Fleetwood Pike up there. But see why Alfred loved this place so much. It's just absolutely, you know, It really is. What a place. It has so many contrasting colours and ridge lines and shapes, contours and characters. It has everything here. It really does. Anything to say, Cook? Yeah. Been lucky so far. I mean, yes, it's a bit windy, but it's not cold now. And the clouds are looking a bit dodgy, but hopefully it'll stay off. And yeah, just until we get to Alfred's resting place. We'll be happy then, yeah. And if the wind's really strong up there, then we'll just come back the way we went up. But yeah, that leads on to another important point. Strong winds at ground level are going to be 10 times as strong up on the fells there, up on these summits. So you've just got to be careful and judge it and stay safe. I mean, hiking's a fun activity, but it's not one you want to be doing by putting yourself in danger. So yeah, play it by ear and stay safe. As we crested round the base of Fleetwith Pike, the clouds started to thicken and were getting a lot greyer. It was here that my earlier worries and concerns were starting to get very real. There's Fleetwith Pike just up there, and there's the path you come down, and then spin round that way. There's Haystacks up there, and this is the path we're heading down. Alfred's love and passion for the fells really took off when he moved to Kendal. He used to write to his friend back in Blackburn, and it is in one of those letters where Alfred states, "The role I am assiduously fostering now, with some success, is that of Patriarch of the Fells, a fine upstanding figure of a man, no longer young, with white locks flowing behind him as he faces the wind in high places. A tireless and appreciative walker on the hills, with a kindly yet little sad smile and a warm greeting and helpful advice for those he meets on his wanderings. On the hills, I am as a king in his kingdom, with a friendly blessing for all my admiring subjects. I have even been known to pat the heads of youthful fellow travellers." So heading down this track and heading up the side of the hill there to the top there. When that wind drops, it's beautiful. But we're a bit of a basin here, so when that wind comes down, it gets amplified and it goes absolutely nuts. But yeah, it's all part of the fun. By this point, we had realised we were starting to climb, and it was here that the true beauty of this landscape began to reveal itself. Another dried up stream, but I bet that's beautiful in the winter. Proper raging torrent through here, I bet. You can just see the track of it just there, how it winds its way down. Really pretty. I'm just halfway up now. We had a horrendous downpour a minute ago, so we had to take shelter under a tree, but But yeah, we're all right. The sun's come out again, hasn't it? So yeah, onwards and upwards. Get a beautiful view. Stunning. See another footpath winding down there, and you can see where the street goes. Beautiful. Just thought we'd stop here for a few minutes, but what a view. Beautiful stream, waterfalls. I'll spin you around. Look at that. Perfect place for a break.
You were made to soar, to crash to earth, then to rise and soar again. Alfred Wainwright.
Further out, look at that. Granite water, Buccaneer. See it all. Wow. I've just got this last little bit to do now, so we'll see you up there. Right, yeah, so like I said, we're going to follow this path around here and up through the gap there. So we'll see you at the top. Careful, lovey. Make sure you've got sure footing before you put your weight on your foot, Erica. Don't know if you can hear me in this wind, but look at that view. We're heading that way to Innominate Tarn. We'll see you there. The weather's got a bit bad, so decided to shelter against this rock. Got the girls. We've got them in the storm shelter. Keeps them out of the wind, keeps them out of the wet, and yeah, it does its job. How are you, Cop?
Alright, all good.
So we'll talk to you when it clears. You can see the path we've come up there, all the way up here, and up round the back of this, and then drop down where those people are there. Don't know if you can hear me in this wind, but it's just dropped a second, but bloody hell, the wind's strong. Really, really strong. I mean, the summit of Haystacks is just up there. I don't think we're going to go up there because of the wind speed. I don't want to fall off. So we're just going to stay just off the edge. But yeah, going to play it safe. Yeah, it's great being up here, but stay safe. And we're just heading off to Innominate Tarn. Right, here we are at Innominate Tarn. You can see why he chose it, can't you? Beautiful place. Has a bit of atmosphere as well. And you know he was here, that he is here. Beautiful.
Alfred Wainwright said, "One can forget even a raging toothache on haystacks." Clouds are the most transient of nature's creations. They come out of a clear sky, disintegrate before your eyes, vanish. You never see the same cloud twice. Every moment of its brief existence brings a change of form or tint or texture, but its beauty remains constant to the end. The beauty of the clouds is there for us to see every day, if we are not too busy to look up. Alfred Wainwright.
I went whenever I could, and always my eyes lifted to the hills. I was to find a spiritual and physical satisfaction in climbing mountains and a tranquil mind upon reaching their summits, as though I had escaped from the disappointments and unkindness of life and emerged above them into a new world, a better world. Alfred Wainwright.
The precious moments of life are too rare, too valuable to be forgotten when they have passed. We should hoard them as a miser holds his gold, and bring them to light and rejoice over them often. We should, all of us, have a treasury of happy memories to sustain us when life is unbearably cruel, to brighten the gloom a little, to be the stars shining through the darkness. Alfred Wainwright.
The fleeting hour of life of those who love the hills is quickly spent, but the hills are eternal. Always there will be the lonely ridge, the dancing beck, the silent forest. Always there will be the exhilaration of the summits. These are for the seeking, and those who seek and find while there is still time will be blessed both in mind and body. Alfred Wainwright. The thing most worth seeking in life is beauty. Make no mistake about that. I couldn't be persuaded to swap this existence for any other. I have reached the foot of the rainbow, and here, sure enough, is the pot of gold I have been seeking. Beauty so exquisite that it makes the heart leap with exultation, loveliness so enchanting that it brings tears to the eyes. This is wealth, real wealth. It is free of tax, and it is mine forever. So leave me here with my dreams and my plans in the lakeland I love so passionately. Alfred Wainwright. Right, so we're going to leave Innominate Tarn here, and thank you, Mr. Wainwright. We'll see you again soon. Right, heading off to the summit of Haystacks. So let's go. We seem to have a blue minion with us. Hiking gear's not attractive, but it does the job. The summit is just up there, so let's go. Looking up to the sky, we could see that there were no breaks in it anymore, and the clouds were looking incredibly dark, and we could feel the moisture in the air. So it was here that I was starting to feel like we were heading for one hell of a downpour, and boy, I was not wrong. So here, I had to risk assess. and it was deemed that it was too dangerous to head up to the summit of Haystacks, as the wind was up to 40 miles per hour, and the rain was just over the valley.
Right, it's very wet and windy up here, so I'll see you at the bottom.
At the weather.
Right, we're down off that hill. All the way up there we were. But yeah, God, that was hard work. Really strong winds, really heavy rain. But like they always say in the Lake District, windy again. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. So we did, and sun and a bit of wind. So yeah, that I can cope with. So just wait for these, and I'm going to sit here and just have a rest for a minute. We're starting the descent now. Sun's come out, that wind's dropped a bit more. Feel a bit brighter. I think Mr. Wainwright saying thank you very much, you've come to see me, now bugger off. So thanks, that's why the wind and rain was up there. Just sod off, I want some peace and quiet, maybe. But yeah, it's been an interesting one today. It certainly has. Wind. It's been a bit of a tribute to Mr. Wainwright. But yeah, Haystacks has been one we've been wanting to do. So that's another one done. So yeah, we're going to carry on the descent and we will see you at the bottom.
At one point, up near the summit, there was a gust of wind that nearly knocked me off my feet. And it was then that I was satisfied that I'd made the right decision to come down. If it had been just Danny and I, we'd have probably carried on to the summit. But because we had the girls, we had to put their safety first.
Here she comes, the blue little Smith. When we started this hike, we were a bit fearful and a bit concerned about the weather and the wind. And we thought, let's just play it by ear and risk assess it as good as we go along. And I think that's an important message, that sometimes you've just got to face your fears and hit them head on. Just think, right, no, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do this. I don't care. The weather's not going to beat me. And you just keep going. And I think that's a vital message when it comes to mental health. No matter how tough it gets, no matter what obstacles are thrown in your way, face them head on. Face the fear. Don't back away. Don't cower. Don't run away from it. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Whilst that is really, really good advice, it is important to remember to stay safe. Yes, the fells are a beautiful, stunning environment to be in, but when the weather is bad, it can be an extremely dangerous and unsafe place to be. So please risk assess it and make a common sense judgment on whether to go up or not. This hike had been one which we can put down to experience. We had all types of weather, and that alone will build our confidence for next time we go out. So this one, again, will live long in the memory. Alfred Wainwright said, "Now more than ever before, flat country gives me the pip. A flat landscape is a picture only half finished. It contains nothing to arrest the attention. There is no satisfactory horizon. The gaze wanders aimlessly over the scene and trails away to nothing. There is no background, no climax. It's like a story without a plot." Even though Alfred Wainwright's ashes are here on Haystacks, just want to look back at the first walk that he ever did. It was Orist Head, and he said that day, "The mountains compelled my attention most. They were all nameless strangers to me. Although I recognised the Landale Pikes from photographs I had seen, they looked exciting and friendly. I fancied they were beckoning me to their midst. Cloud shadows chased across them as I watched, and momentarily they appeared gloomy and frightening, but with the return of the sun, they were smiling again. Come on and join us, they seemed to say. There were no big factories and tall chimneys and crowded tenements to disfigure a scene of supreme beauty, and there was a profound stillness and tranquility. There was no sound other than the singing of the larks overhead, no other visitors' game. God was in his heaven that day, and I, a humble worshipper.
Hey, so we're just walking down the other side of Buttermere now. I'm just looking back at the day. Today was about paying tribute to Mr. Wainwright, and also getting up Haystacks, because it's one that's interested me for a long time. And yeah, we've done that. And I think with today's weather systems that we've had, I think we've learned a lot about ourselves and how much more confident and resilient we are at tackling these high summits. Whereas this time last year, we'd probably never attempted it. We'd have stayed low level and thought, oh no, I don't want to do that. So yeah, it's all about experience, and learning something new, and another one ticked off, and yeah, confidence boost, mental health boost, and yeah, I'm happy today. What about you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been hard though, give it that.
Yeah.
Getting that wind gust in your face going up.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, so it's been, like I said, a learning curve today, and we appreciate it. So yeah, so that's it. We will see you next time. So from the beautiful Lake Buttermere and Haystacks, we will see you next time.